Hello guys, today I would like to show you a tool that can really help you improve your chord playing as well as your solo improvisation. This is something I use a lot in my own playing, and you can see this all over my videos here on my channel, and this is also something you can hear in pop music, in country, blues, jazz, etc. We're talking about playing in sixths. What I mean by that is that we are going to harmonize our melodies. So let's say if I play a single string melody here on the high E string, I can harmonize it by using a note 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 intervals below in the major scale. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the same goes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you might be asking yourselves, those shapes are not the same, because this is what I refer to as a major shape, and this is what I refer to as a minor shape. More on that in a minute. It's really going to help you with this lesson if you are familiar with the major scale and the 7 chords of the major scale. Firstly, because we are going to do this lesson in the key of G major, and we're going to approach the G major scale as a one-string pattern played on the high E string. So we go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And then we're going to link each and every one of these notes to their relevant chord, so the chord within the major scale. G being 1, A minor being 2, B minor being 3, C major being 4, D major being 5, E minor being 6, and then the 7th, technically speaking, is F sharp half diminished, but for this lesson let's keep it simple and call it D/F sharp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. The reason why I'm showing you these bar chord shapes is that I kind of pick the sixth voicing out of the chord, if that makes sense. So let's have a look at the G bar chord here, and then I technically just pick 2 notes out of the bar chord. So the root and the third. And then you might be asking yourself, isn't this about sixths instead of thirds? Yes, but the third here is 6 steps, 6 intervals below the root in this case. So this is a 6th voicing. And then we move on to the next chord, which is an A minor. And it's the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can always see the shape and link it to the bar chord. So the pattern is going to be major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor. The 7th is always a little bit confusing, and back to major. So let's say if we have a chord progression which goes like this: G major, A minor, C major, and you're playing in a band, for example, with an acoustic guitar player and a bass player, so you don't really need to play that chord. The acoustic guitar player is playing that chord already. So you might just want to do something like G major, A minor, very simple, and G major, A minor, and you can play any one of those 7, because we are within the key of G major, so you can just play around with all of those shapes, because they're within the same key, and you can create melodies. may have noticed that I added a little passing chord in there. So here on the 6th fret. And that one does not belong to the major scale. So I was playing 1, 2, 3, and then I play a passing chord between 3 and 2, and back to 1. And you can hear this a lot in blues turnarounds. It's a really nice sound to it, and you can do this here between 5 and 4 as well. And then sounds really cool. And this sounds really cool if you do it between 7 and 6 as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then it's really easy to mix these shapes with pentatonics, for example. So here I've got G major pentatonic. That works perfectly with this chord shape. Now C major. Hendrixy sort of sounding pentatonic licks. There are different ways to play the 6th. You can play both notes at the same time. Which can sound really cool. But you can also play sort of slide into the next one. Sort of chicken picking, or whatever you want to call this thing. So far we've only done this on one set of strings. What I mean by one set of strings is that we've got 4 sets of 2 strings. So this would be the E and the G, B and the D, G and the A, D and the E, the low E. And once you've learned this, it's always easier to get started on the high E and the G, like we've just done. And you can practice this like a scale, going like 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 6, and so on. You can come up with your own patterns. There's so much you can do with this. But then I would move on to the B and the G strings. And once you're comfortable with that, you should go on to the... And you can always see that there's one shape for a major and one for a minor. So major, minor, minor, major, minor, major, major, minor. But you can actually also look at it the other way around. And then on the D, so I would always practice this like a scale, because then you can sort of improvise and always make sure that you are within the right key. And then one last thing is triads. If you have been following my channel, I've done a couple of videos on triads. You can find more lessons on triads on my Patreon page, where you can actually find more lessons on 6th, pentatonics, etc. Licks also. But so here you can see that I've got a triad. G triad, another G triad, and another G triad, and here. So you can always link. Because at the end of the day, it's all one and the same thing. The major scale is 7 notes. The pentatonic scale is 5 notes. A 7th chord or arpeggio, 4 notes. The triad is 3 notes. And then the 6th is 2 notes. You know, it's basically all notes from the same major scale, but it's just different ways of approaching harmonies and playing styles. Please make sure to check out this video over here where I'm talking about these triads in a bit more of a detail, so you can get those under your fingers and start mixing them up with the 6th. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon.